have I got a dessert for you today. You are not gonna believe this one. It's called a Gooey everything bar, and it basically just has the kitchen sink in it. Chocolate, nuts, dried fruit, sweetened condensed milk, and coconut. What could be bad? And guess what else? Super duper easy. I'm gonna start by lining a 9x13 baking dish with a piece of parchment. Just give it a spray with some cooking spray. Just set this aside and start your crust. You need 1½ sticks of unsalted butter. Put that into a food processor. 1/2 cup of confectioner's sugar. 1½ cups of all-purpose flour. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt, the fine stuff. And then just pulse it together until it's the texture of coarse crumbs. Be careful. Sometimes the seal's not that great and the flour comes flying out of the machine. That just happened to me. Let's see, how does it look? It's like winter in here, snow flying everywhere. That looks good. Now I'm gonna add 3/4 cup of rolled oats. Not the instant kind, the regular kind. And pulse it in until it holds together and forms a dough. It shouldn't form a ball or anything. Make sure it's pretty well combined. See, it just should hold together when you press it between your fingers. And then into the bottom of your baking dish, your prepared dish. I like to spread it evenly over the bottom and then press it in. That way I feel like I'm starting off making it even. Make sure you have an oven preheating at 375 because this needs to bake for about 20 minutes until it's nice and dry and just starting to turn golden around the edges at 375. All right, so we're good. It's been 20 minutes. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Dry on top, a little bit golden around the edges. All right, this is where it gets really crazy. This is where the everything of the everything bar comes into the picture. Gooey, it begins now. So start with a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Spread the chocolate chips evenly over the warm crust. And then 1/2 cup of dried fruit. It can be raisins, which is what I'm using, cranberries, sour cherries, prunes if you want them. Imagine, prunes, come on. Then on top of that, 1 cup of toasted chopped walnuts. Make sure they're nice and toasty because they really won't toast very much more in here. Spread that evenly over the top. How's it gonna be gooey? I'll show you how. Just add goo. Ooh, I'm adding goo already. 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Wow, you want to eat about a 1/2 inch square piece of this ever in your life. And then to top it all off, 2 cups of sweetened flake coconut. Just spread that coconut evenly over the top. It's getting a little ridiculous now, right? That's full of fat, things that are bad for you, but they're emotionally good for you. And then I guess it's ready to go in the oven. Bake this for about another 20 minutes. Just needs to be bubbly and golden brown on top. I've been patiently waiting for this to cool. Leave it alone at least an hour because if you try to cut it when it's still hot, it's gonna be a disaster and also you'll hurt yourself. Run a paring knife or something, this is a little offset spatula around the edges to release it, and then it should lift right out. The parchment paper gets a little fragile as it bakes. Isn't that cool? I love the way that works. Parchment handles. Cut it into pieces. Now, use your own judgment as what you think is an appropriate size serving for this. I think a very, very small size piece for now would be appropriate for me. You can always have 2, right? That looks good. I'm gonna eat it. Pretty much a little bit of everything. It's pretty gooey. Now it's stuck in my teeth. I love it. I think you'll love it too.